Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Sportsmemo's Pro Football Forecast. My friends, we come to you each week during the NFL campaign, bringing you tons of free winners, amazing betting insights, and a few laughs, too, from some of Sportsmemo's documented leaderboard fixtures. So grab that helmet, lace up those cleats, and get ready to make money in pro football this weekend. We have an amazing show. This is the last show of Thanksgiving week for Sportsmemo TV, and it is a doozy. Let's bring on the panel. It is an all-star panel. My good buddy, Jesse Schule, Rocky Atkinson, both good friends of mine here. Jesse, good afternoon. How are you today?
Good afternoon, Joe. It seems like about 15 minutes ago since the last time I seen you.
I'm glad you changed. I did not, but thank you for doing so. How are you doing today, Jesse?
Doing great, Joe.
Jesse, just for poops and giggles, what time is it over by you right now?
It is 4:01 a.m. in the morning.
And this is my third show with Jesse today. God darn it. Wow. If we were adult film stars, we'd be up for busiest duo, I'll tell you that. My good friend Rocky Atkinson, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. How are you, sir?
Doing good, Joe. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys as well.
My friends, very quickly, before we give out 3 roundtable games in our best bet segment, this is Thanksgiving week. And we at Sports Memo want to wish all of you and yours a very happy Thanksgiving. On a personal note, the D'Amico family wants to say thank you because we give thanks to God, to all of you, all my good friends over at Sports Memo, Jesse, Rocky, our producer who's in the back, Chris, and all our crew in Detroit, but especially for all you viewers out there. You allow us to come have a good time with you guys each and every day, give you some winners, have a few laughs too. So we are thankful for you. Having said all that, guys, today, I'm throwing away the bones. I'm giving you the breast, the thigh, and the leg of the turkey today. And just in case you're wondering, yes, I am a leg man, both with the turkey and in real life. With no fluff, no BS, just a couple of quickies. We're going to go right into roundtable games, best bet segment. First of all, guys, every successful professional sports bettor and sports gambler I know use the Gold Sheet, the oldest and most respected of all the betting publications. After the show, www.goldsheet.com. Use what the pros use. Now, I say it every show because it is true. In every show, the great folks in our office in Detroit over at Sportsmemo, they outdo the last show in the last week with these customer appreciation discounts, the best customer appreciation discounts on the planet. We've got one I want to tell you about right now. My friends, a 7-day all-access pass for any capper or cappers you want at Sportsmemo, $69, no code necessary. A lot of the cappers here at Sportsmemo are doing, most of them do multiple sports. Some do 4, 5, 6 sports right now. Guys, so pick your favorite capper or capper, $69. Whether you bet $5 a game, $5,000 a game, you're going to find a capper that's going to make you money off this small investment. And also check out the deals page over at www.sportsmemo.com. Each and every day, we got deals that us cappers don't even know about. Having said that, before we get into our free plays, here is one line movement made by the smart money, the wise guys, the sharps here in Southern Nevada, that my good friends over at the Superbook at the Westgate wanted me to tell you about. The Superbook, my favorite place to bet a game, to watch a game, to hang out, have a few beers, and just have a good time. It is the best book on the planet, certainly the best in Southern Nevada. We wanted to make you aware of one line movement. Now, every week I tell you about weather conditions, injuries, and the general public will move lines, but this one game was specifically moved by the sharps or the wise guys here in Southern Nevada. We wanted to make you aware of it. The Dolphins, it opened up 10. They bought it right up to 13. That is crazy, a 3-point buy-up from the wise guys. Miami Dolphins, that is big. There wasn't a lot of major wise guy moves. Now, obviously, lines moved this whole week in the NFL, but that was the only one made by the wise guys or the shops. Having said all that, my friends, we have 3 roundtable games. We're going to get into our first roundtable game. You know, we're starting off with a great Thanksgiving Day game. Giants at Cowboys, Thursday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dallas, 9.5, 45. Let's start with the Southern Assassin, Rocky Atkinson. Rocky, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah, both of these teams come in with identical 7-3 records on the season. The Giants are off a loss at home to Detroit, 31-18, while Dallas comes off a blowout win, 40-3 over the Minnesota Vikings last week. The Giants are a solid 3-1 straight up on the road this year, and I like looking at those numbers like that. Teams that can play good away from home, I think, are a good play on. opportunity. I think this team should be able to move the ball on the ground against this Dallas defense. Saquon Barkley, he's off a rough game last week, 22 yards he was held to on the ground, but he is the second leading rusher in the league. And quarterback Daniel Jones, he can run the ball as well. He ran for 79 yards in the first meeting between these two teams this year. Dallas is 1-4 against the spread the last 5 games after scoring more than 30 points. Dallas has lost 3 straight Thanksgiving games coming into this season, and I feel like the Giants are going to play much better this week. And we possibly could see the Cowboys have a little letdown here after the easy blowout win last week over the Vikings. I'm going to recommend playing the Giants plus the points on Thanksgiving Day.
Rocky Atkinson, our first roundtable game, says, take the Giants. Rocky, I don't want to put you on the spot. We didn't prepare anything like this, but you mentioned 2 things that I certainly look at. You mentioned, one, the Giants had a letdown, a bounce back here this week. You mentioned Saquon Barkley, poor outing performance last week, bounce back this week. And the Cowboys, a big win this week, letdown mode. Is that something you put stock in, particularly in the NFL, bounce backs and letdown modes?
I think you factor it in at some point. There's several ingredients that go into a winning formula. And of course, you could stick those in, and if it adds up and is in line with what you already like, as far as like power ratings or trends or whatever you look at, then it just makes it a little bit stronger play.
Oh, thank you, Rocky. Great betting insights from the Southern Assassin, Rocky. So, Rocky, basically, you use a few things once you have your eye on something like it to confirm what you originally looked at. Great stuff from Rocky Atkinson, a leaderboard fixture over at Sportsmemo. My third show today with Jesse Schule. I'll tell you right now, I'm having fun with him. We had a lot of laughs today already, but some great betting insights. Jesse Schule, one of the oldest rivals in a heated rivalry, Giants-Cowboys, Thanksgiving Day, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Dallas, 9.5, 45.5. Take it away, Jess.
Well, Joe, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but I believe our man Rocky Atkinson has the highest winning percentage in NFL betting over the last 2 years. So it's a great relief that I'm seeing this game a lot like Rocky's seeing it. From where I'm coming from, the best way to lose your bankroll is to bet on games based on last week's results. The Cowboys coming off that 40-3 win over Minnesota, that sets them up for a letdown. And it's not surprising that Minnesota had a letdown after they upset the Buffalo Bills. Of course, the Giants coming off that poor performance against Detroit, due for a bounce back. And of course, Rocky already said all this. But what Rocky didn't mention is that this Dallas Cowboys defense gave up 240 rushing yards to the Chicago Bears and 2 touchdowns. And a lot of that had to do with mobile quarterback Justin Fields. Of course, the Giants have a mobile quarterback in Danny Dimes. They could probably come close to replicating what the Bears did. The Packers also ran for over 200 yards against this Cowboys team. And my last point here is Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy. We all know that Jason Garrett underachieved for the Cowboys, and I sort of have this mental picture in my head of Mike McCarthy, a Scooby-Doo ending where they pull the mask off and it's Jason Garrett underneath. I think I give the coaching edge to the Giants here.
Jesse Schule says, great minds think alike. He and Rocky Atkinson both agree on the Giants. 2 quick things, guys, I got to tell you. First of all, Jesse, you always do. You do some great content here on Sportsmemo TV, and you certainly are a winning capper. But your unselfish promotion of other cappers says a lot about you guys. And I appreciate that. And Rocky is one of the best in this business, period, no matter the sport, no matter the time of year. And I appreciate it. But you're taking my lines, guys. All right, guys? Let me, I'm being quiet today. You're taking my dialogue. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Great stuff from Rocky and Jesse. And I will tell you one thing, Jesse. I got to tell you something. I would love to see Mike McCarthy and maybe Josh McDaniels from the Raiders coach. I like to see them sit down and play chess. So I like to see them as contestants on Jeopardy. It'll be the longest. They'll both have negative scores by the time they're done. I do agree with you about the coach. Rocky made some great points. Jesse made some great points. They both like the Giants. Guys, if you missed any portion of the roundtable segment, I'm going to run down both Jesse and Rocky's opinions after the third roundtable game. We have 2 more roundtable games, our best bet segment. So don't go anywhere. Our second roundtable game, we're going to go to Sunday now. Sunday, Bengals at Titans, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Cincinnati, 1.5, 42.5. You know, I sat down, just to let you guys know, with a couple of the sportsbook directors a few days ago after these lines came out. And this is one game that actually came up as a topic of conversation. And this is, they can't believe that Cincinnati was an actual favorite in this game. I want to see what Jesse and Rocky have to say about Bengals at Titans, Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Cincinnati, 1.5, 42.5. Let's switch it up. Let's go Jesse first. Jesse Schule, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, I mean, this line is just screaming, taking the home dog here. It's a revenge game for Tennessee after Cincinnati knocked them out of the playoffs last year with that 19-16 win. Ryan Tannehill, though, threw 3 interceptions in that game. I'm not a big Ryan Tannehill fan. You know, as much as it looks like the Titans are the play here, I just don't like this Tennessee team. I think they're getting it done with smoke and mirrors. I think Mike Vrabel's done an excellent job of coaching them up, but they still have offensive line problems. I'm extremely concerned with the usage of Derrick Henry. I think they're sort of running him into the ground. And actually, that was part of the reason they lost to the Bengals last year is Henry wasn't 100%. They overused him throughout the regular season. He got injured. He came back. He wasn't the same guy. I think it's only a matter of time before the overusing Derrick Henry is going to cost them. They're leaning too heavily on him. So instead of taking a side here, I'm going to look at the total. You got Jamar Chase is out for the Bengals. Since it's a tough spot for Cincinnati on the road here, and the Titans' defense has been playing great. I expect both teams to be running the ball, both defenses to play well. It is a low total, but I expect it to be a similar score to what we saw in last year's playoffs. I think it goes under the 42.5.
Jesse says under 42.5. Bengals. Titans says Curry's being overworked. Says he's not a big fan of Ryan Tannehill. Great stuff from Jesse. Jesse, I put Rocky on the spot last round. I'm going to put you on the spot. You said you don't like Ryan Tannehill. Are you team Ryan Gosling or team Ryan Reynolds? I'm just kidding. I got Chris in the back room. By the way, I'm a big Gosling fan. Ryan Reynolds, he's got that big head and a little body. He freaks me out a little bit. I don't like his delivery. I'm a Gosling guy. Ryan Gosling, you're welcome on the show anytime. Reynolds, take a hike. Guys, Dion, my wife is laughing in the background. Sports fans, we're going to go to Rocky Atkinson, the Southern Assassin. Bengals, Titans, Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern, Cincinnati, 1.5, 42.5. Rocky, take it away, buddy.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, this is a tough game here. Cincinnati's 6-4 on the year. Tennessee comes in 7-3. And while the records at the moment don't show it, I think the Bengals are slightly the better team in this one. So I'm going to lean that way. And I got a few trends here to back it up. Cincinnati's 5-1 straight up and against the spread the last 3 years against AFC South Division opponents. Tennessee, on the other hand, 1-6 straight up and against the spread the last 3 years against AFC North Division opponents. Cincinnati's 10-1 against spread the last 11 games against a team with a winning record. They're 10-2 in 12 games after a straight-up win. They're 9-2 against spread the last 11 road games. 13-3 against spread the last 16 games against AFC opponents. In this series, Cincinnati's 5-0 against spread the last 5 meetings overall, and they're 4-0 against spread the last 4 meetings in Tennessee. I'm just going to recommend a small play on Cincinnati minus the small number in this one.
Rocky says a small play on the Bengals. Small play recommend. Rocky, great stuff. You always have something for every type of sports bettor out there, whether it's a streetwise angle, a trend or a streak, and a real analytical, in-depth analysis. We appreciate you, Rocky. Now, guys, I will tell you this later on during the best bet segment. I chose this game as my best bet. Let's see if me and Rocky agree on the game, or let's see if we're betting dinner. It's going to be an entertaining show, I'll tell you that. So Jesse says under. Rocky says the Bengals small play. 2 roundtable games down. 1 to go. Then our best bet segment. All right, guys, our 3rd roundtable games. Let's move to the Sunday night late bailout game. We call the Sunday night the late bailout game because if you didn't make enough money over the weekend, it's your last chance to make a little bit of money. The late bailout game goes 8:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're talking Packers at Eagles. Philly 7, 46.5. Let's start with the Southern Assassin. Rocky, take it away.
Green Bay 4-7 straight up overall this year. Philadelphia is 9-1 overall in the season. Aaron Rodgers hasn't looked good at all this year, but he's getting a touchdown here. it's a must-win game. I mean, their backs are against the wall. So I'm gonna take that touchdown to Aaron Rodgers here. Green Bay's 9-2 against spread last 3 years as an underdog. They're 4-1 against spread last 5 road games against a team with a winning home record. Green Bay's 14-6 against spread last 20 games after a straight-up loss. Philadelphia 1-4 against spread last 5 games against a team with a losing record. The road team 5-2 against the spread last 7 meetings in this series, and Green Bay is 6-2 against spread last 8 meetings overall in this series. I'm gonna take the 7 points in Aaron Rodgers in this one this weekend.
Rocky Atkinson doing some great work over at Sportsmemo. As a matter of fact, most successful NFL capper last couple of years over at Sportsmemo. You don't believe me? Numbers don't lie. He says Packers in a must-win situation. He's back in Aaron Rodgers. Let's go to the Iceman himself, Jesse Schule. Jesse, Packers, Eagles, Philly, 746.5. The floor is yours.
Well, I hate to disagree with a fella who's got the best winning percentage in the NFL over the last 2 years, but I think the Packers are done. I think they're done. Stick a fork in them. I think their last loss was the nail in the coffin. I think the Aaron Rodgers era is over. And I keep on thinking of that meme that's floating around the internet of a picture of Aaron Rodgers, and it says, "This guy looks like he steals catalytic converters." I think this is a situation of fade the dead. The Packers season is over. I don't see a path for them to go to the postseason. I don't see any of the problems they have sorting themselves out. The problems between Rodgers and the coaching staff, the receiving core. They do have some skill there. They got some great running backs, but they haven't been able to put it together. It's tough for me to see them putting it together on the road here on a Sunday night game in Philadelphia. I hate laying the points, but I think Philadelphia wins this game comfortably.
Jesse Schule, we've got a disagreement on our third round table game. He says not only do the Eagles win on Monday night, but they win comfortably. Sunday night, my bad. Sunday night, but they win comfortably. I'm going to run through the roundtable games and Jesse and Rocky's opinions on them. Then we're going to go to our best bet segment. Our first roundtable game, Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Dallas, 9.5, 45.5. Rocky said Giants. Jesse says great minds think alike. He said Giants too. Our second roundtable game, Bengals and Titans, Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cincy, 1.5, 42.5. Jesse says he's not touching the side, but he likes the under. Even though it's a low-scoring total, he's going to go under 42.5. Rocky says he puts a small play on the Bengals. Our third roundtable game, we have a disagreement, guys. They'll be slugging it out after the show in the hallway. Packers and Eagles, Sunday, 8:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Philly, 746.5. Rocky says he likes the Packers to back Aaron Rodgers in a must-win situation. Jesse says put a fork in them. They're dead as disco. Eagles, minus the points. They don't like laying it, but they're going to win comfortably. My friends, those are our three roundtable games. Don't go anywhere. Our best bet segment is coming up. I want to talk about Jesse Schule, guys. Jesse Schule, year in and year out, is always on the leaderboard, no matter the sport. And he does a lot of sports. Right now, I know he's doing college and pro football, college and pro basketball. He does, I almost said baseball, Jesse. He does Canadian football. He does hockey. He does World Cup soccer. And he's always on the leaderboards. And he is running red hot right now. I know because you're doing a lot of content on Sportsmemo TV, and I know his record, and numbers don't lie. He's running red hot. He is going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what he's going to be doing on the premium side. He's got a free best bet for you. Jesse Schule, the Iceman cometh. Take it away.
Thanks, Joe. I don't think I have to do much bragging after you said all those nice things about me. I'll just add one little tidbit. 100% in 2022 with 5% NFL plays. I don't have one on the board right now, but look for one next week. And definitely sign up for the NFL plays because while Rocky's got the best winning percentage, I'm number one in units there at sportsmemo.com. So come and check me out. So best bet. I'm looking at the Las Vegas Raiders, Joe's home team there, and they are in Seattle, and the Seahawks are coming off a bye week. Of course, the Raiders finally got a win. They beat Denver in overtime. And that was a game where, somebody had to win, but you don't get much credit for beating Denver these days. Coming out of the bye week, Seattle is tied for first with San Francisco in the NFC West. They've had a pretty good season so far. They've looked pretty good. Even their last loss in Germany, it was actually. They didn't look too bad. Geno Smith threw for 275 yards, 2 touchdowns on 23 of 33 passing. Geno Smith's had a pretty good year. He looks great for the Seahawks. Seattle is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5, coming off a loss. Short home favorite here against a Raiders team that really is lost on the season. Poor coaching, poor quarterback play. I think Josh McDaniels is going to be looking for another job, and so is Derek Carr. So I'm going to go with Seattle here to get the win at home.
Jesse said a couple of guys looking for jobs for the Raiders. Take the Seahawks minus the 3.5. Jesse is a winner. He's running red hot. He is a perfect capper for you to take advantage of that 7-day all sports exclusives. He's doing multiple sports right now. On any given day, you get a couple to, at least a dozen plays from him in multiple sports. He's a winner. Follow him to the back. And guys, I got to tell you, we keep talking about Rocky Atkinson when it comes to professional football, and he's got a message to all those bookmakers out there. The NFL doesn't stand for the National Football League. It stands for not for long. He's going to beat your ass in pro football. The last few years, he's had several seasons where he was documented at over 70% in the NFL. Last few years here at Sportsmemo, the number one, the most successful, the winningest capper in pro football, but it just doesn't stop there. Guys, it doesn't matter if it's pro football, college or pro basketball. Rocky Atkinson is a winner, and if you follow him, you'll be a winner too. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what he's going to be doing on the premium side of Sportsmemo. He's got another free best bet. Rocky, take it away.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah, 70% last year, all my NFL picks last season. This year, 77% the NFL regular season. I had the Lions last week in the NFL as my top play. That was the only NFL premium release I made last week, and we cashed that fairly easy. This year, college football, 59.4%. I'm trying to get to that 60% mark this weekend. So I think I'll have like 5 college football plays this weekend. None's loaded yet. I do have a top NFL play loaded for Sunday. NBA, 92 and 60 run in the NBA. College basketball, 71% this year. I'm up a little bit in hockey this year. Let's roll, guys. Hey, also don't forget, check out Jesse Schule and Joe D'Amico at Sportsmemo. These guys get the job done as well. As far as my best bet here for the show, I'm going to go with, I'm looking at the Pittsburgh at Indianapolis game. Pittsburgh's 3-7 on the year. Indianapolis is 4-6 overall this season. Pittsburgh's off a 37-30 loss to the Bengals last weekend, while Indianapolis lost a heartbreaker 17-16 to the Eagles. I think the key here is we're going to have Mike Tomlin. We talked about it earlier with Aaron Rodgers in a must-win situation. Mike Tomlin's in a must-win situation here, and I believe he's going to have a game plan ready to win this game. I believe that this is a team that they are capable of beating. Pittsburgh's 6-2 against spread last 8 games after an ATS loss. They're 33-16-2 against the spread last 51 games after allowing more than 30 points in their previous game. The Colts are 1-4 against spread last 5 home games against a team with a losing road record. Pittsburgh 14-2 straight up overall versus Indianapolis the past 16 meetings. Pittsburgh 5-1 against spread last 6 meetings overall in this series. I'm going to recommend playing Pittsburgh plus the points as my best bet for the show this week.
Rocky Atkinson killing it. NFL again. He says he's going to hit 60% mark this weekend in college baseball. He is a winner. Great capper to follow with that $69 all sports 1 week program. I got to tell you, if I was you, though, whether you bet $5 a game or $5,000 a game, get a package, get a long-term package for Jesse and Rocky. They're both winners. Doesn't matter what you bet. You'll bring back a nice profit and you come back for a longer stay. Having said that, guys, it's time for me to take the podium. I'm excited. You can adjust the volume a little bit. I screwed up on the last show. I babbled a little bit, but I am excited, guys. Now, I want to tell you this. We taped this show a little bit earlier on the week because we wanted to give some of our cappers and our great staff in Detroit a couple of days off to relax and enjoy Thanksgiving, we want you to relax. So, having said that, Tuesday night, I won again, swept the board in MAC. I think I won 6 straight MAC releases. Just to let you know, I think between Monday and Friday, the last 3 or 4 weeks, I won just about every single Don't quote me. I might have won every one, or maybe I missed one or two. Every single college and pro football play I've put up between Monday and Friday. I've been killing it in the NFL. Number 1 and number 2 in every major category the last 30, 40, 45 days over at Sports Memo in the NFL. I'm winning everywhere. I'll tell you this, guys. I passed on Wednesday night. You know why? Because I'm not here to give you action. I'm here to give you winners. If I'm not betting, I will never ask you to bet. I'm not a hypocrite, guys. I'm not a general in the back going, charge, go get him. I'm a staff sergeant in the trenches with you, blood, guts, mud all over us, because I walk it like I talk it. I ain't full of bunk, guys. All right? I bet every game I put out, twice as happy on winning days, twice as pissed off on losing days, because not only did I lose my money, I let you down too, and I take a lot of pride in the fact that you trust me with your hard-earned money. Having said all that, guys, in every sport I contribute to, I'm on the leaderboard over at Sportsmemo. Don't believe me? Go check it out. College basketball, pro basketball, college football, pro football. I do those 4 sports right now. I'm on every leaderboard. It's 3 day, 7 day, 3rd day on all of those as well. Doesn't matter if it's college or pro. Doesn't matter if it's on the grass, the turf, or the hardwood. Joe D is getting you paid. After this show on Wednesday evening, I will be putting up my turkey shoot special. In 17 years, I put up a turkey shoot. That's where I get all the games that I like for Thanksgiving Day. I put them in one package, put it out as a discount so you can enjoy feasting on turkey, a little bit of vino, some friends, some family, some laughter, and a winning day. I've never didn't make you money on the turkey day, on the Thanksgiving Day with my turkey shoot special. Guys, I just want you to know, by later on Wednesday evening, I will have up every single college and pro football play I will have for the weekend. And I will tell you this. I will have several 5s and a 10% play. As you know, my 10% plays are 17-3 in 2022. I am the best big game hunter on the planet. You join me this week, and we're going to hunt, stalk, and kill your book. You know what? F it. Let's serve up the bookmakers, carve them up, have them dissect them at the table while we're eating our turkey. Now, for my best bet, we're going to talk about one of our roundtable games. I'm going to bet one of our panelists a little bit of dinner on his selection. My friends, a lot of sports is about momentum and streaks, and sports betting also has to do with momentum and streaks. No doubt about that. There is a team in the NFL running as there is not a team in the NFL running as hot right now as the Tennessee Titans. After an 0-2 start, they have now won 7 of the last 8 straight up, and for our purposes, more importantly, have covered 8 in a row. As a Sicilian, guys, I know a lot about revenge. We got no war heroes, but we know revenge, I'll tell you that. And Tennessee is looking for a little bit of revenge against the Cincinnati team that ousted them from last year's playoffs. Looking at the Bengals, they too have done well after a poor start. They kicked off the campaign dropping their first 2 outings and have since gone 6-2 straight up, covering 7 of those last 8. But I'm here to tell you the odds makers have their own favor in this matchup. The Titans should be at least a 2 or maybe even a 2.5-point favorite here. They're playing in Tennessee, and the team comes in here having a few extra days to rest, heal, and prepare. Not only that, guys, but in the Bengals' last outing a week ago on the road out to Steelers, guys, it was a very physical game. I expect this team to get tired come the second half. Granted, I do believe Joe Burrow will have some success in the air here, but without an ample running attack to control the clock and keep the Titans defense on the field, I do feel they are at a huge disadvantage. Remember that Tennessee has one of the best running backs in the league in Derrick Henry, who will star in his own highlight reel in this matchup. Look for the Titans to utilize him to keep the Bengals defense honest and where on the field. Tennessee 6-2 ATS, the last 8 at home, 6-0 ATS, the last 6 versus AFC opponents. I'm taking the Titans here. Join me. We'll carve up the book. We'll serve them along with our turkey leg, the breast, the wing, all of it. My friends, let me bring back Jesse and Rocky. I really have a good time doing this show, and don't tell the owners of Sportsmemo Wager Talk, but I would do the show for nothing. Keep this between us. I get to come to you great people every day. You put your heart and money, and you trust myself and my other great cappers. And I get to work with the best cappers on the planet. And you're only the best when you work with or go up against the best. And Jesse, Rocky, and the other guys that were handpicked over at Sportsmemo are the best collection of cappers anywhere on this planet. I want you to know one thing. There are thousands of cappers out there that have names, and now with social media, tens of thousands. Everybody's the best. And I will tell you this, Sportsmemo is one of the best websites on the planet, and they can have any capper they choose. They handpick this collection. So when you see Jesse and Rocky and Dean D'Amico and Ross Benjamin and Jeff Michaels and Dr. Chuck and all these great cappers, you're seeing the best there is. So I get to work alongside all the best, and I give thanks to Sportsmemo. I give thanks to all my friends here, all the great cappers I get to work on alongside. I mostly give thanks to you guys, because without you, I wouldn't be here doing what I love to do, having some fun with my friends, bringing you some winners. Having said all that, I want to get some closing thoughts and comments from Jesse and Rocky before we sign on off and wish you all a nice Thanksgiving. Jesse Schule, closing thoughts and comments.
Just want to wish everybody out there a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the football. I hope we get to see some turducken on NFL Thanksgiving.
Gotta love
You guys
Jesse.
remember the turducken, right?
Absolutely, I remember the turducken. Jesse Schule, I got to ask you, it's got to be, what, about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning there?
Yeah, it's 4:30.
God, I love Jesse. He's a trooper. My good friend Rocky Atkinson. Always a pleasure to have Rocky on a panel that I'm on, because he's not just a great capper and a great analyst and very well liked by you. He really is a joy to work with, and he's one of my favorite people on the planet. Forget about in this business. He's definitely there, but one of my favorite people on the planet. And he's got that infectious smile that makes you just feel good about yourself. Rocky, closing thoughts and comments for our viewers. Rocky's got a little technical difficulty.
Like Jesse, I just want to tell everybody happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there.
All right. I love Rocky.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there, and best of luck this weekend.
I love Rocky, guys. I get to hang out with my buddies and talk about sports. It don't get better than this. My friends, don't forget to tune into all of Sportsmemo TV's amazing content. Hit that subscribe button to get a reminder. You don't want to miss any of our cappers, free winners, or betting insights. Thank you for tuning in, folks. Remember, increase your chances of making a profit. Follow the best collection of cappers anywhere on the planet here at Sportsmemo, because we don't go gambling, we go winning. On behalf of Sportsmemo, Jesse, Rocky, and me, Joe D'Amico, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And thank you all. Good luck and have a winning day.